they knew that I was editor of the newsletter, so they charged us first of propaganda against the government or communist regime, but then they move up the charge to uh, overthrowing the government or the regime, and they put us on trial, and I was sentenced first to 20 years in jail. But then I protested against that. At first, they treated me very, very badly, and they accused me of anti-revolutionary. That means trying to overthrow the government and the regime, and they sometimes they didn't beat me as other criminals, prisoners. Most political prisoners were not beaten physically, but mentally harassed or very badly treated, like cutting the food or isolating you in a cell by yourself for many days without any, even without any clothes, with only a short and a bowl of rice for the whole day, and a very small cup of water for the whole day, for example, and cutting food sending from family. They didn't allow me to receive the food sending from family, or even not meeting my wife and my children if they thought that I didn't cooperate with them, for example. So physically, that's all they did. But mentally, it's very tough. You have to endure a lot of mental torture in that sense. And sometimes, especially during the last 4 years, I was isolated for 4 years without being able to meet or talk to even any other prisoners. And in the room, there's no paper, no book, no pencil, no paper. You just have to stay with yourself. And then that's for 4 years, the last 4 years. Cannot set up a movement openly in prison, of course, but because we live together, especially for myself during the. Well, I was in prison for 8 years, the second time. For the first 4 years, I was allowed to stay with other prisoners, political mostly, in one room and in one area, one camp, so we can meet, we can talk, we can discuss things very, very quite easily. So that's helped me because then I help other prisoners, mostly younger than myself, to know more about politics in general, about the situation of Vietnam, or we try to educate them sometime even English, to they can learn English, but mostly we talk about politics, and we even smoking in a small radio to listen to BBC or VOA, for example. So that's what we try to do. For myself, I try to write some essays, some articles, and my friends, my prisoners' friends, help to smoking it out because they can go out of the camp to the field to do labor works. I was not allowed to go out of my room, so they helped to smoking out my writing, and then those writings were sent home to my family, and they sent out to America to the Vietnamese overseas community, and they translated into English and circulated around the international communities and NGOs. So my case was well known by international community through my writings. I wrote about violations of human rights inside the prisons, and I wrote about the demand for democracy and freedom for Vietnam. I tried to raise my voice from prison and other prisoners' voices. So that's what I can do, and my friends could do too, and we help each other to do that.